So I witnessed a woman, she had a baby. It was a 9-month or 10-month old. They killed the baby in front of me and the rest of the soldiers, and the lady. These Chetniks, they put a woman and kids in one of the basement. They throw hand grenades in the basement. What we saw in that basement, all murder, killed women and kids. I went in and it was a little slippery, and I said to the officer, my foot was inside of the baby's body. Right inside, at age 20.
And how long were you involved in that?
Shawn, I'll be very honest, I was ready to die. Because when you start having hate, you have no space to love people.
Who did you witness?
I witnessed those volunteers, Chetniks, did to the Croats. So I witnessed a woman got, I know one part, for example, it was a woman didn't have a 12 years child, kids. She had a baby. It was a 9-month or 10-month old. They killed the baby in front of me and the rest of the soldiers, and they raped the lady. And then they killed the lady too. So I witnessed that. It was somewhere in August of 1991. I was present myself. And then there was another story. A former Yugoslav military guy finished his service, and he came to visit his family in city Vukovar. I was one of the most dangerous wars in the city Vukovar. So he came in that to visit his family because he finished his service. When they found out he came over there, they killed his father and they killed a former soldier who served in Yugoslav military, and they shot him from the behind. They execute him. They kill his father first and then execute him. I witnessed that too. And then another part, these Chetniks, you have the pictures, they throw hand grenades. They put a woman and kids in one of the basement. And I remember family, last name Chutura. I helped them. They throw hand grenades in the basement, and me and one of my officers, he's originally from Bosnia-Herzegovina, but it was regular military. He said it was around 2 a.m. He said, let's go, we hear the noise, they asking for help. We went in a basement. What we saw in that basement, all murder, killed women and kids. And I went in, and it was a little slippery. And I said to the officer, you have any match or anything, because it's slippery. And my foot was inside of the baby's body. Right inside, at age 20. And it was an old lady over there calling for help in Croatian, pomogni mi. And I went and took the lady. She was all butchered from hand grenades.
Man.
I took her out. Less than 10-15 minutes, she passed away in my hand. I tried to help her. And then after start seeing all this, then you get used to it. It's a war, you know. Of course, you young in age, but when you see all this thing, then it becomes like it's a normal. You know, you're in a war. What you have to do, you have to defend yourself, protect yourself, you not to get killed. And we did the best. For me, for example, we never shoot innocent civilians. Even I was more pro-Croats. I was more able, dreaming to help Croats, because we are more close with Croats than Serbs. Serbs is Chetniks who are allied with Russia, and we consider always enemy.
So the Serbs and the Chetniks are the same.
The same, yes.
And they
Chetniks
were
are the base of them, the more fanatics. Like we have Islamic radical Al-Qaeda and stuff. So Chetniks are in Serbians like that.
Okay.
So if we compare with Al-Qaeda, so Chetniks are like Al-Qaeda.
And they were doing this to your people.
Not to my people, to Croats. Then after a little while, when they started war in Kosovo, they was doing to my people. But first, this was 1991. And to my people was 96, 97, 98, 99. So in 91, I was in a Yugoslav military.
Jeez. How common was this?
Look, it was not unusual. Like, from my generation, like, even when I give an interview before, in like short interview in English, one of the newspaper, I see people who I grew up, they don't know me much because we was young, 15, 16 years. And I don't talk about stories like that. It's not normal for me to talk, because like one time I had nightmares. I couldn't sleep for a little while because when I start talking about past what I saw, you have a trouble sleeping. And I never want my kids to know this kind of stories because I want my kids to grow up to love people, not to hate. Because if you tell your child what you've been through, then they're gonna have a bad feeling, thinking, "Look, my father, what he went through." I want to hate those people too. So I don't want to give my kids idea to hate anybody. I want my kids, they are born and raised in U.S. I want to be free, not to be having hate in their mind. Because when you start having hate, you have no space to love people. So I want to be educated, extremely free and good, not to have ideas of the wars and murders and death. So I want to be very calm and educated and civilized.
Wow, there's not a lot of people that think like that.
Nah.
That's pretty big of you. How did you get into the military? Was it voluntary, or was it somewhat of a draft?
No, I was obligatory military. That time when I was in Yugoslavia, you must serve. There was no choice because I couldn't have no passport. I couldn't leave the country. So it was a complete dictator. You must, between age 18 and 20, at age 18, you have to go in a recruiting center for 4 or 5 days. So if you capable to serve. So I was in a recruiting center. I was 18 years old. And then at age 19, they sent me the letter. I have to serve the country. And I took that responsibility and I went and served the country. I thought, I'm serving a normal Yugoslavian country. It's not like I'm going to be part of the committing genocide. It was a clear genocide. Nothing, it's no secrets. I passed that situation. I was there until October 13 when complete Croatian city Vukovar collapsed. And I say it, I repeat it again. Like I grew up with the people, they didn't even believe. When they heard a little bit the story, they said, "No, it's not that." But trust me, I passed very ruthless war. Look, I've been in Afghanistan, I've been in countries, Iraq and Syria and Lebanon and Jordan and all these countries. I saw the wars. I saw what Al Qaeda did. But this war was also dangerous too.
Wow. And how long were you involved in that?
Until October 13, 1991. From March 1991 until October 13.
Shit.
So around almost 8-9 months.
And who was committing the genocide?
Serbs, Chetniks.
Were you guys committing?
Me personally, not.
No?
But group in my side, yes.
Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
How was the woman being raped? How did that happen?
It's very bad. I can tell you this. I remember one picture I saw like today. I never forget that. Young, maybe 35 years old, when they took that child. I couldn't do much, because, look, I thought many times if I turn my gun to everybody and kill all this. But the problem was family, because if he was doing that to Serbs and Chetniks, they was going to execute my family. Because that's how they used to do to Albanians. If Albanian guy shot a Serbian or Chetnik, then they was going to kill the family. So then I was worrying my family. It's not me to get killed. I always thought I was like, since I grew up no fear. Like I know one day I'm gonna die.
I mean, weren't they trying to kill you anyways?
They try. It was a time they said, "Look, we're gonna crucify him." When I shot those group, there was rumors, we're gonna butcher him, we're gonna make a cross in his body. Those 4 S's, Chetniks, they have 4 S's, cross and 4 S's, because they knew that I was Muslim born. So they was sending me threats through the soldiers and stuff. But look, Shawn, I'll be very honest, I was ready to die. When I started that military, I said, regardless, if I die today or after 50 years, one day I'm gonna die. So I had no kids, I was not married, I was young. So that age is, the most dangerous age. Age is, you don't fear nothing. Not everybody. I'm telling you, not you have kids like I can tell you. Example, I have a boy, 12 years old. If you see him, he's a big giant boy, but he will not kill cockroaches. He's so like polite and nice. He would say, "Daddy, no, don't kill that." You know. But us was different because we had that hate between us and Serbians.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.